into this season. So he doesn't have to build up a reputation throughout the year. He already has that. He's put up the statistics in the first 3 games of the year. If he can keep running for 100, 150 yards a game, he's going to put up some statistics that are going to be hard to argue. So I would agree with you that this season, because Oregon is not going to go undefeated, and I feel like Lamar Jackson, right? They lose to Clemson, Louisville, and he's already out of the Heisman discussion because he lost 1 game. Because quarterbacks, I think, struggle a lot of times when they lose 1 or 2 football games to continue to stay in that Heisman race because we credit them with wins and losses much more than really any other position.
I completely agree because it is the most vital position in all of football. I think what helps a running back is what milestones do you reach that year? Do you set any records? If you get a running back that sets maybe the NCAA all-time rushing record, is that someone that goes in? Or maybe he sets the single game record. But I think Royce Freeman has a chance to at least get a lot of those conference records. I don't think he's going to get any of the national records because he had the down season last year. Right now, Royce is at 4,600 yards, and you figure how many more yards on the season for Royce? Fair to say he gets maybe another 1,000. And so,
yeah, I mean, if he keeps doing what he's doing,
this could be interesting. If he gets another 1,000 yards, that puts him at number 6 all-time NCAA career rushing list. And really, you've got D'Angelo Williams at 6,026, Tony Dorsett at 6,082. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only been 5 running backs in the history of NCAA college football to get to 6,000 yards. Maybe it's something Royce Freeman can do, but you have to certainly work really hard to get those 1,400 extra yards.
LaMichael James did indeed get invited to the 2010 Heisman ceremony. That was the year Cam Newton, of course, came away victorious. But he's still playing at the end. Both these guys, by the way.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, for sure. 417-7575. At Jordan R. Kent on Twitter. At Perkins Radio 13. We'll get your phone calls coming up on the other side. We also have to take a look around the rest of college football. A lot going on in the world of college football here on a Saturday.
Now, the college football scoreboard update. Powered by the world's most refreshing beer, Frost Brewed Coors Light. Whatever your mountain, climb on. On 102.9 and 750 The Game.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is 1:27. I'm Jeff Parsons. Checking with the NBA real quick. Carmelo Anthony will be suiting up in Oklahoma City this next season. The Knicks and Thunder have agreed to a deal. Going to the Thunder. You got Carmelo Anthony going to the Knicks. You got Enes Kanter, Doug McDermott, and a second-round pick in the 2018 draft. Looking at the top 25 scoreboard right now, Virginia Tech all over Old Dominion, 23-0. Bama and Vanderbilt tied at 0-0 there. Clemson and Boston College also a 0-0 game. California hold on to a 3-point lead over USC. TCU beating Oklahoma State by that same score, 3-0. Miami over Toledo, 7-0 in that one. In a couple of the earlier games that are wrapped up, Ohio State did what Ohio State should do to UNLV, beat them 54-21. North Carolina State pulled the upset off against Florida State, 27-21. Some injuries might have figured into Florida State's loss there, and Louisville beat Kent State 42-3. Starting to see some slowing around the downtown area on I-5 and 405. Also a little slowing on the inbound Sunset between the tunnel and the zoo. Generally, the inbound Banfield also, it's going to be hit and miss. You're going to see some slow spots and some spots that are running just fine. And similar situation on 224, the Milwaukee Expressway, hit and miss with some traffic. We're getting right back to Quack Attack on 102.9 750 The Game. The best Ducks coverage and play-by-play is on 102.9 750 The Game.
The Frost Brewed Sports Desk is powered by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Whatever your mountain, climb on 102.9 and 750 The Game. Your home for Oregon Ducks football in 2017. Here's what's going on at the game. We're putting $1,000 in your hands 5 times a day, every weekday. Listen for keywords at 79135, then text it to 67760 for your chance to win $1,000. Brought to you by Dick Hanna. Believe in nice. Want the best? Now is your chance. During the big trade-in trade-up sale happening now at Mercedes-Benz of Beaverton and Mercedes-Benz of Portland, where you can expect the best from the best. Trade in your current car or truck and trade up to one of the 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles in stock. With so many to choose from, finding the perfect car is easy. Make Take the short drive to Mercedes-Benz of Beaverton or Mercedes-Benz of Portland and get our top dollar on your trade-in. And trade up to a new Mercedes-Benz. With affordable pricing and high trade-in value, all roads lead to Mercedes-Benz of Beaverton and Mercedes-Benz of Portland. Drive less and get more. But don't wait. The trade-in trade-up sale ends soon and is only at Mercedes-Benz of Beaverton on Canyon Road and Mercedes-Benz of Portland on NATO Parkway. Live, thrive, drive.
Hey, John Canzano here for my favorite go-to before a game or after a game. I'm talking about Bricks Tavern. Catch a game, grab a beer, try a cocktail, split a pizza, knock back a whiskey, brunch, mimosas, dominate at darts, pool tables, celebrate with your friends or host a family. Bricks is there's always a reason to hit the Bricks. 6 hours of happy hour daily. Northwest 13th and Hoyt in the Pearl District. Great food, great times, great atmosphere. Love the service at Bricks. Find them online at brickstavern.com and tell them Canzano sent you. Also, they're great for private parties, corporate events, social get-togethers, a rehearsal dinner, a cocktail party, a birthday party, a family celebration. Host your next event with Bricks Tavern. There are a lot of options for dining in Portland, but Bricks is a special place. We're talking about my go-to. brickstavern.com online, and again, in the heart of the Pearl District at Northwest 13th and Hoyt. Hit the Bricks at Bricks Tavern. I'll see you there, and tell them Canzano sent you.
I light the night for my dad.
I light the night for my daughter.
I light the night to end blood cancer. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Advances made in blood cancer research are leading to treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help light the path to cures. Join Light the Night today.
Plaid Pantry and Nesquik are proud sponsors of the Leukemia Lymphoma Society Light the Night Walk happening on Saturday, October 14th at OMSI. Stop by your local Plaid Pantry today to donate $1 or more to help the Leukemia Lymphoma Society find cures for blood cancers. And be sure to pick up your favorite ready-to-drink Nesquik flavor. Each are low-fat, 100% real milk, and has 8 grams of protein in every 8-ounce serving. Nesquik, Plaid Pantry,
That's Dan
and
Kuchko's
you,
kid.
all helping to make a
I got a
difference to
name.
Light the Night on October 14th. More information at lightthenight.org.
More Quack Attack with Jordan Kent and Brian Perkins. Presented by First Call Heating and Cooling on 1029 and 750. The Game.
With you till 3 o'clock today. We're eating lunch here in the studio.
You good, Jordan? Snacky snack. Listen,
I wasn't sure how long I had to noodle there.
no, when you get, I'm not a lightweight. I'm not a little featherweight guy. I've got some size to me, good size. You got to eat calories the whole
Thanks
day.
for clarifying.
Well, no, I mean, what I'm saying is like it's a healthy 230 pounds, and you got to eat. That takes a lot of calories all day, and so I just always make sure that I'm always eating something about every 60 to 75 minutes.
How many calories do you consume in a day? Do you keep track of your calories?
I don't keep track, but I have a good idea
gonna
of what I
use all
need
these.
per day. So if I do a typical workout on a day, I need about 4,500 to 4,800 calories per day.
Oh my god.
What?
That's just so much.
I'm not fuel efficient. I'm like the 2000 Chevy Suburban when it comes to making my calories stretch.
The problem is finding the good calories for me.
Well, that's the
I would
challenge.
easily ingest 4,500
Yeah,
calories.
exactly. You can go to Costco and slam down amusements and all that, but to get the good calories with, all your fiber, minerals, and vitamins, you gotta eat a lot of food. That's a lot of salad and chicken and rice.
You know what I'll do? I'll watch that What the Health documentary.
No, don't even get started on that.
Speaking of calories, that's a segue right there. Peter in Sherwood is called in. He's a big foodie.
Oh, Peter.
Peter, first of all, I take offense to your tweet calling me a Debbie Downer. What's up with that, man?
Oh my gosh, hey, holla Jordan, holla Perkins, yeah, you are a Debbie Downer sometimes, and I just thought it would be a funny tweet, so there you go, and nobody else offered a name, so Debbie Downer is perfect. I mean, it's perfect, and oh my gosh, I am positive Peter, and I am just so stoked on the Ducks defense this year, and I think the Ducks have been totally overlooked by the press, and I think they're going to do a great job. I think they're actually going to hold... I don't think they're going to allow 30 points tonight. I think they're really going to do a great job and really impress everybody. And look out for them. They're going to move up in the rankings. I'm just so positive about it. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
How many games do you think they're going to win this year?
You know what? I think they're going to win 9 games this year at least. And, you know, they have the talent. They just had a crummy coaching staff. And you plug in the right coaches, the right leadership. You get the locker room going. You get the swag on the sidelines. Reminds me of Pete Carroll at USC, you know, back in the day. Everybody's in tune. And I don't know. I just see the Ducks doing so well this year. Maybe I'm too positive, but hey.
Hey, Peter, thank you so much.
Peter,
wait,
I
one
want to ask you
more.
one more question, Peter, because I know that you are a big foodie and you always have a game day barbecue or a game day meal. What's on the grill tonight for this Ducks game?
Well, you know what? Actually, tomorrow is my barbecue for the Seattle. By the way, picking the Titans. Come on, Perkins. Anyway, tomorrow I'm going to smoke some pork butts again. I use cherry wood, pulled pork, and have a big party. Today I'm actually going to go to a little Oktoberfest and then
throwing a lot of them out. I know they're
and
contaminated
have some
though.
German sausages, sauerkraut, and some beer. So that'll be fun. I got my layer hosing out and everything. It's going to be awesome.
All right, Peter. Well, have fun at Oktoberfest, and hopefully the Seahawks prove me wrong, man. I don't know, though. I don't feel great about it.
All right. Nice talking to you guys. Holla.
All right, there he is, Peter in Sherwood.
Thanks, Peter.
9 wins. I mean, I have the Ducks at 9 wins this year with their schedule. I was telling you, too, we'll get into this a little more on Around the Pac-12, but I watched Utah last night. You know me. I pay close attention to the Utes. I root for them. I don't see them beating Oregon this year with their offense. And it's so funny because the Utes they forced 4 turnovers last night of Arizona. But you score 30 points against the Wildcats.
Yeah.
And 7 of those points were off of a pick 6.
Yeah.
I look at their schedule now, and some of these teams that we thought were going to be good have fallen off. UCLA, Stanford is a winnable game. I do think that Oregon right now is going to, at the very least, have an opportunity to win 9 games with how things look for them.
Now, on the other side of that coin, though, some teams Oregon's getting set to play are looking much better, a.k.a. Cal, who has USC down 10-3 at this point. But, yeah, I think when you looked at the season schedule before it came out, you thought, okay, 8-4 before the season started, and you figured they might lose one of their first 3 non-conference games. We thought maybe Wyoming was going to be a tougher game than it was. We knew Nebraska was coming in. But now that they went 3-0 in the non-conference slate, you do have confidence in that 9-win season potentially. And, you know, I appreciate positive Peter. One thing I wanted to mention, though, is I don't think it was a crummy coaching staff last year. I think last year you had a combination of youth, poor leadership, a bunch of injuries. Don't forget, Tyrell Crosby misses 10 games. Roy Freeman isn't even himself, and those 2 alone are worth 2 wins on the season right there. But also, you just had a void at the defensive front. And when you switch to that 4-3, you know, that's Brady Hope coming in. That's not the coaching staff that we had before. Whatever. New coaching staff is doing a terrific job, but this defense is now back at the 3-4. Players are in their more natural position, the position they were recruited for. And we're also seeing from that defensive line a push, some pressure on the quarterback finally, and the Ducks can stop the run because teams were just killing them on the ground last year. So overall, I think the defense has been key for this turnaround and why people have so much confidence. We all knew the offense was going to be great, but I don't think we expected the defense to step up like they have so quickly.
417-7575. We'll get to our poll question here in just a moment as well, but Bob is in Hillsborough, has a question for Jordan. Bob, fire away.
Hey, Jordan, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm pumped for the game tonight, but I'm just excited about this Duck team. What a Cadillac team of coaches
It's broken.
Uncle Phil has allowed to be put together on the Oregon Duck coaching staff, starting with Taggart. But what a field of coaches. I hope they can stick together for more than just 1 year. I'd like to see something long-term happen that could lead to a national championship. But, Jordan, what do you think about expanding Autzen Stadium? When are we going to take that thing to like 80,000, 90,000 seats? Come on. The population's growing in Portland and Eugene. We're behind the times. When is the expansion coming for Autzen Stadium?
Great question. You know, when they expanded Autzen back in 2001, I believe you added another 12 to 15,000 seats, I think it was. And so clearly it looks like you can extend that other half of Autzen Stadium, the uncovered side. I would still say if you're Oregon, right now you're selling out Austin Stadium at 60,000 plus. That's a good, healthy number.
Yeah, and that's standing room only, by the way.
Standing room only.
Technical capacity is like 54,000.
Exactly. So if you add another 15,000, okay, now you've got to get it up to 75. And remember, this is a team last year that had to go to Groupon to sell some tickets because some of these non-conference games weren't that inviting, unfortunately. I think you need to have a little bit more success after the year that Oregon had last year, and then, you know, we have some better non-conference opponents scheduled, not in 2018, but starting in 2019. You're going to have 4 straight years of either Auburn or Ohio State in your non-conference slate. I think for the Ducks to expand Autzen Stadium, you have to be really careful about that, because at the end of the day, you do have such a population in the state split between Oregon State and Oregon. If it was just one university, then I think it could support 85, 90,000 people in one stadium. But I think if you're Oregon, if you're selling it out and it's over 65,000, I think that's great right there. Because those expansions are not cheap. And unless you're getting another gift from somebody, you do not want to finance that. Look at the issue that Cal got into with their stadium financing. It's just not worth it.
It was like the car or the house
Bob is
thing.
saying to his point about fan bases, there are more fans of the Ducks are really, if you think about it, the true quote unquote the biggest sports team in the state. I wanted to say professional team, but we all know that's not true. But they have more fans than the Blazers do. They have more fans than the Ducks do. I mean, they have the biggest fan base in the entire state. But that being said, to your point, I mean, last season was a struggle. You know, you look at some of those games, and here's the other thing about Autzen Stadium. It is constantly in the discussion of loudest stadiums, most ruckus stadiums in the nation, without needing that you know, big house feel or the swamp, you know, that type of stuff. So I almost personally kind of like the intimate feel of Autzen Stadium. You know, and you are fitting 60,000 people, so I mean, intimate is and plus,
a lot of people still.
If you expand, how are you going to? Because the one thing about Autzen is you can get a little claustrophobic leaving those games.
Well, you know, some of these I think I should keep. I only had like a few here and there.
And if you expand,
and I thought, no, don't bother with it because you know there's just not that many, and they're contaminated. But it's just like I want to use them now because I got so many of them, and because I use these like you know like last year.
I don't think you necessarily need to stretch that to 80, 85 or anything like that, because again, Oregon State is so close down the road, and I'm not saying you're necessarily competing for fans with the Beavers, but you have a fan base that's split. You know, people said the difference between Nebraska and Oregon is Nebraska is if you took Oregon and Oregon State, combined them into one university, and then added another 30%. So that's why schools like Michigan, Nebraska, and stuff like that can fill those types of stadiums, because also their states are more densely populated too. So I think if you're Oregon, you just built Matthew Knight Arena not too long ago. You've got plans for a Hayward Field renovation coming up here soon. You've already upgraded so many facilities around campus. I think you want a sold-out stadium. A smaller sold-out stadium looks a lot better than a huge stadium with nobody in, you know, a tenth of those seats. Just ask the 49ers.
And no atmosphere.
And no atmosphere. So I think Autzen Stadium's great. Maybe 15, 20 years down the road, once you get some more people born, maybe the population raises, then you look at it. But I think for right now, no need to change it.
Well, a couple things to think about, and I know that Oregon right now, you know, has had the best 10-year run of anyone in the Pac-12 conference. But we're watching this USC-Cal game that's a home game for the Bears, and this stadium is not full. It is not sold out. You know, you look at the upper seats, the 300 level. I don't know if it is 300 level there, but you get what I'm saying. I mean, this game is clearly not sold out. Last night's game in Arizona, and you know, I know the Wildcats weren't playing a ranked team, but that was another game that it didn't feel like anyone was at that game. There was no atmosphere on a Friday night. I mean, I don't know. I'm with you. I think that right now you just got to keep doing what you're doing. I mean, the stadium is fine. Teams hate going there and playing. It's so loud. I don't think there's an issue at all. You're listening to the Quack Attack, 417-7575. We'll get to our Twitter poll question coming up, along with the Pro Ducks here on the Quack Attack.
You're listening to Quack Attack with Jordan Kent and Brian Perkins, presented by First Call Heating and Cooling on 102.9 and 750 The Game. He's a grand in your hand contest on 102.9 and 750 The Game. We're dishing out $1,000 5 times a day at 7, 9, 1, 3, and 5. Just text the keyword when you hear it to 67760. Brought to you by Dick Anna. Believe in nice. Nationwide contest must be 18 years old. Standard message and data rates apply.
Loners, did
deductible assistance, courtesy towing, lifetime guarantee. These are just a few of the value-added services we provide at Lafe's Auto Collision Centers. Family-owned for 26 years, we built a business into the largest independent shop in America by maintaining the highest quality and integrity. Our value-added services are like the icing on the cake. If you need them, they'll be there. Lafe's Auto Collision Centers. Factory quality parts, manufacturer specs, the finest in collision repair.
This is Josh Johnson with Independent Restaurant Concepts, and our IRC Growler Pub Card is now available. Purchase the IRC Growler Pub Card today. Receive a $20 credit for a growler fill at 7 of our Portland locally owned establishments. Our bars include Patty's, Produce Row, Circa 33, The Station, North 45, Independent Sports Bar and Grill, and our new spot on North Interstate, Patton, Maryland. The IRC Growler Pub Card is only $69 and has a value of $140. Get yours today at growlercardpdx.com. That's growlercardpdx.com.
Hey, all you Oregon football fans. Football is back, and so are the deals at Power Kia. Now is the perfect time to buy a Kia. Why now? Did you know the 2017 Kia Sorento was the highest-ranked midsize SUV in the initial quality 2 out of 3 years in a row? This is why you should come check out the fall savings time going on now at Power Kia. They are right off I-5, exit 256, right off the exit, right on the price. Check them out at powerkia.com. For JD Power award information, visit jdpower.com.
Have you noticed a lot more men smiling around town? Universal Men's Clinic has treated thousands of patients. That's thousands of happy men who have a greater zest for life. If you don't have the energy, stamina, or strength like you used to, or having problems in the bedroom, you could be our next happy patient. Call us at 503-944-1111. That's 503-944-1111. Or visit universalmensclinic.com. A $199 office visit may get you smiling too.
I'm Charles Arakaki, a doctor at the Universal Men's Clinic and a happy patient. I was feeling old and I thought it was my demanding lifestyle. I started feeling loss of energy and stamina. Having treated thousands of patients with low energy and sex drive and seeing them improve, it hit me. My symptoms were similar to my patients. With the modern medicine at Universal Men's Clinic, I'm now enjoying a renewed quality of life.
Call Universal Men's Clinic at 503-944-1111. That's 503-944-1111. Or visit universalmensclinic.com.
Repairing a vehicle correctly is so much more than pounding a dent out and laying down some paint. Today, repairs require databases connected to the manufacturers, understanding safety systems, and incredible skills. Lafe's built a business on the simple premise that everything we do must be above reproach. Every part we use must be factory quality. Every car we repair must be returned to pre-loss condition. No compromises. Lafe's, the finest in collision repair.
I'm not much of a dancer. Never have been. Not at weddings, not at concerts, not even when my favorite song is on the radio. But there's something about seeing exactly what I ordered arrive at my facility's door the day after I ordered it. That gets my foot a tapping. That's why I love Grainger. With 99% of in-stock items shipping the same day they're ordered, they get us what we need when we need it. Which means we keep moving and I keep grooving. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Daddy, where do babies come from?
Honey?
Mommy went to the store.
Oh, well, you see, there's a mommy and a daddy, right?
Right.
And see, when they call Geico, they could save a bunch of money on car insurance.
Oh, really? And that makes them happy?
Yes, that makes them very happy.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we could have this talk, Sunshine.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
Back to Quack Attack with Jordan Ken and Brian Perkins. Presented by First Call Heating and Cooling on 1029 and 750 The
It feels like I opened it already.
With you till 3 o'clock, leading you into the world's most refreshing pregame show. Justin Myers, Judah Newby. Of course, you can hear every snap of Oregon Ducks football right here on the game. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Oregon, Arizona State. We'll break down some mechanics of that game coming up in the next hour. We're going to go around the Pac-12 and the rest of college football as well, along with our bold predictions. But first, Jordan, let's talk real quick, your poll question on Twitter.
Yes.
With 82 carries through 3 games, what is your take on the workload for Royce Freeman? Too much, just right, or too little? At Jordan R. Kent on Twitter is where you can find our Quack Attack poll for today. Is Royce Freeman getting too many carries? Is it just right, or is it too little? I voted too much. And, of course, right after we have all this Heisman talk conversation, situation I say that, but man, you're getting that many carries this early in the season. You just wonder if late in the year when you're playing a Washington and it's physical and you're playing a Stanford, if you're going to start to wear out a little bit.
Yeah, you want them fresh, and the fact that Oregon has a very late